Good afternoon, my darlings. It's Friday, the 18th of April. Guess what? It's Good Friday. Yeah. Easter holidays have started. Are you excited? I know I am. A few days off from work. Oh, yes, please. It's been a rough year so far. Lots of things I've had to adapt improvise, adapt, and overcome. I'm your girl. Anyway, have I got a treat for you? Oh, yes. How to Survive a Zombie Apocalypse by Jack Haynes. I've been able to find out an awful lot about Jack. All I know is that this was written on October the 16th, 2024, and I received it in my Christmas stocking from my husband at Christmas time, obviously. And that's as much as I can tell you about our Jack and how it came into my life. Well, zombie apocalypse, everybody. It's a hot topic. If it happened today, would you be prepared? Or would you be left galloping up Pooh Drive without a saddle? I would have put something else in there, but Pooh seems to be. Yes, watch that hit the fan when this happens. Let's take a look inside and see what's what. How to survive a zombie apocalypse, how to defend yourself, build a shelter, start a fire, find food, escape danger, and other survival skills you might need to know by Jack Haynes. Well, thank you, Jack. There's lots of things in here that I do know how to do, but for other people, well, there might not be. So let's take a look in the book. Table of Contents. We have the introduction, chapter 1, setting up camp, building a shelter, starting a fire, knots and ties for everyday use, foraging and water purification, basic first aid and health management, chapter 2, defense and safety, homemade weapons and armor, hand-to-hand combat techniques, building traps and safe zones, stealth and camouflage tactics. Chapter 3, survival skills, navigation and signaling for help, weather prediction and adaptation, wilderness survival strategies, urban survival techniques. Chapter 4, living in a post-apocalyptic world, sustainable food sources, power generation and communication, community building and battering, not bartering, dyslexia, education and keeping morale high. The beatings will continue until morale improves. Chapter 5, advanced defense strategies, team defense coordination, warfare against zombies, escape and evasion techniques, specialized combat tactics. Chapter 6, extreme conditions survival, surviving in a harsh weather conditions, handling wildlife and other predators, navigating and surviving in different terrains, dealing with hazmat and other dangers. Chapter 7, rebuilding and moving forward, establishing permanent settlements, long-term community planning, crafting, repairing and building new solutions, planning for future generations. Chapter 8, special situations and scenarios, surviving at sea, vehicle maintenance and utilization, emergency signaling and rescue, legal and ethical considerations in a zombie world, and a conclusion. Well, we'll start. I love the artwork. It's hilarious. I don't think it was meant to be funny, but there are certain things in here that have made me titter, so. Right, here we go. Prophets, speculative fiction enthusiasts, and doomsday preppers have predicted the zombie apocalypse for many decades. The state of the world is always in flux, but the tensions and struggles of modern day life make it seem as if the fall of civilization is inevitable and imminent. If it happened today, would you be prepared or left floundering without a clue? Surviving a zombie apocalypse requires quite a few skills you may never have thought about. It's not just about making it through each day. Eventually, you'll need to work with others to rebuild the world as we know it, if that's at all possible. Nothing will be the same after the apocalypse begins. No, really. But that doesn't mean you have to take it lying down. No, damn it, I'm going to take it standing up. With the pages of this book, you'll find recommendations and advice on how to make the most of a really terrible situation. We'll cover topics like establishing your base camp, defending yourself, and rebuilding civilization. Taking the time to learn these things now before the apocalypse happens will give you the opportunity to be fully prepared to take on the challenge. If you already have your bug out bag, make sure it's packed. That's great. We'll still provide you with essential information to help you prepare for the ensuing journey. If you don't know what a bug out bag is, even better. We'll explore what you need and how to be most effective as you pack it. Although you might be an experienced hiker or camper, the conditions will be much harsher in a zombie apocalypse. You don't say. In fact, it will be unlike anything you have experienced before. I'll go to the foot of our stairs, really. You may find yourself bonding. Hopefully not with zombies. Yourself bonding with like-minded individuals or threatened by those who pretend to need your help. Learning how to survive and how to navigate this rough landscape will be essential to your survival. By the time you finish the book, you'll have all the basic knowledge you need to survive a zombie apocalypse and help rebuild the world. Don't wait until it's too late to get the information you need. Turn the page and get started on your prep for the impending zombie apocalypse. Well, I'd like to look at it like this. Zombie apocalypse, well, let's hope we never have to live through that one. But I think we could perhaps lend this to any survival situation. Just remove the word zombie and insert what you're facing right now. Isn't that cute? Setting up a little camp. Yeah. So, it talks you all the way through building shelters and where you store your gear. Do you know, a really great guy who pulls cat? Yeah, Hoople's cat. Wow, that man's brain is phenomenal. He eats books like this for breakfast. He knows so much, and it's not ridiculous stuff. It's really useful stuff, and he doesn't go for lots of gimmicky things. He's a very sensible man. Yeah, he really is. Lives all the way out in Canada, and give him a follow because he'd be glad you did. He's a good guy. Yeah, we go through building shelters and starting fires, so we can learn how to put them out as well. But you see, you get to do bowlines. Yeah, knots for everyday use. Double sheet bend. Now, if I don't know how to do these, my husband's going to divorce me. Because when we were in the Scouts, he painstakingly taught me how to do all these knots. Yeah, the halter hitch knot. And he taught me about foraging and water purification. Foraging can be a complex process because many edible plants have similar characteristics as those of toxic ones. However, as a rule of thumb, you should avoid plants with the following features: thorns, spines, or fine hairs, discoloured or milky sap, bitter or soapy taste, grain heads featuring black, purplish, or pink spurs, foliage resembling that of dill, carrot, parsley, or parsnip, pods with beans, seeds, or bulbs inside, an almond-like scent, three-leaved growth pattern, umbrella-shaped flower clusters, waxy leaves, red or white berries. Don't eat those, kiddos. You're probably not going to last very long. If you're 100% sure, not sure what it is, don't eat it. Stick to the familiar. Don't waste time and effort hunting down species of plants you aren't sure about. Be aware of your surroundings, keeping an eye out for potential threats. Similar, oh God, I can't speak today. Similarly, still can't say it. Watch out for local wildlife, as anything can be dangerous when it feels threatened by your presence. If you have a reliable field guide, don't hesitate to use it. Please do use it. Don't eat mushrooms, kids. You have absolutely no idea if that's a death cap mushroom. Exactly. Do you know what one looks like? When you're out foraging, you can follow these steps to help identify what's edible and what's not. Avoid plants with the potentially poisonous characteristics mentioned above. Perform a skin test by rubbing a sample of the plant on your skin. Wait 15 minutes to see if there's a reaction. If all goes well, on step 2, do a very small taste test and wait an additional 5 minutes. Or pick somebody in your group that you're not really that fond of and say, hey, fancy something to eat? Actually, don't do that, it's naughty. That would be ethical, very unethical, and probably would kill them, which means then you are a murderer. And that would not go down well, would it? Yeah, exactly. If you experience no negative effects, complete a larger taste test. Chew 1 teaspoon of the plant for 5 minutes, spitting out any excess saliva. Next, swallow the remainder and wait 8 hours. If you're still not experiencing any adverse reactions, increase the amount to 1 tablespoon and wait another 8 hours. So that's what you do when you're foraging. It's very, I'm reading just little bits. Oh, we do basic first aid and health management as well. There we go, everyone. Chapter 2, Defence and Safety. I don't think this book was meant to be this funny, but I'm enjoying it. So it's a very lovely gift. I mean, nothing says I love you like the Zombie Apocalypse Handbook. I've got quite a few things. That looks like the Swiss Army of rucksacks, doesn't it? Actually, if you want to know how to do a bug out bag, I reckon Hoople's cat could help you out with that as well. Yes, there we go. Advanced Defence Strategies. Living in a post-apocalyptic world. Don't expect to find your local laundrette open. Or supermarket for that matter. There we go. That's how to do your compass. Learn how to read a map, kids. There you go. By the time we get to this bit, we should have a little bit of a conclusion. If the zombie apocalypse happens tomorrow, what will your first step be? Will you grab your bug out bag and run, or will you be left spinning in circles wondering what to pack? Get started today by preparing for the worst. You have all the tools you need to live off grid until your survival group can get the grid back online. Whether you want to set sail on a fully stocked sailboat, drive across the country in a caravan of cars, or build an A-frame shelter in the woods leading up a mountain. Yes, in the woods leading up a mountain. You've learned the foundational information to get started. The key to surviving the zombie apocalypse isn't being smarter or faster, it's being prepared. Taking the information from this book and applying it to your skill sets will help you escape from the oncoming hordes. The grit and determination you put into every action will make you a true survivor. The difference between those who fail and those who make it out alive is a combination of mental resilience and physical preparedness. It's important to understand that this is not a one-person show. Your best bet at survival is joining forces with a community. When you unite your self-reliance with the support of a community, there's no limit to what you can accomplish. As you rebuild society, it's vital to depend on the members of your newfound community. Together, you will be able to achieve much more than if you attempted to strike out on your own. From re-establishing an educational system to reconnecting the entire world's communication systems, there's a lot to be done once the zombie hordes are under control. One essential point to remember is that many topics covered in this guide require pre-existing experience or knowledge. In most cases, you're better off having both. At the end of the day, surviving a zombie apocalypse or any other world-ending catastrophe requires preparation. If you are going to sail or drive endlessly, learn what you need to know about repairs. Take a first aid class. Take up martial arts. It's important to gain as much knowledge as possible before it's time to put it to the test. Taking the advice laid out in this guide will help you survive the hordes of zombies. Don't be left in the dust. Pack your bags and get ready. Well, it's a handy dandy little book all about survival. And it's taken on the comical zombie apocalypse. Because, I mean, we've all seen George A. Romero's movies. Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. We know what's going on. And we all know what came after Day of the Dead as well, which was still okay. They were still okay movies, but they weren't a patch on the first three. But George, you did your best. And for that, we thank you. Yes. I did actually enjoy the last sort of set that he did. I thought Land of the Dead was quite good when they were all in that high rise, tower block. Yeah, that was really quite good. But yeah, this is quite an interesting little useful book. Yeah, there are some comical things in here. I mean, you can't take everything so seriously. But yeah, if you want to talk about proper survival and things like that, Hoople's Cat, give him a go. Honestly, the guy is like an encyclopedia. It's a walking encyclopedia of survival, is that guy. So, yeah, I thought maybe for our first book that we're doing for the Easter holidays, yeah, there we are. Enjoy. And don't forget, keep your toes inside your sleeping bag, or else you might have them nibbled by a zombie. Right, my darlings, it's the first book that we're doing this Easter holidays. Hang your horses. I'll be back soon with another one. I don't know what I'm going to choose, but it will be something fun. Take care, my darlings. Bye bye.